We all enjoy Tulip Time each year. We wanted to learn more about Tulip Time, the history, and what they do nowadays. So we wrote some questions for Jeff Minkus, a volunteer tour guide.
Hi, my name's Jeff Minkus, and I am a volunteer Tulip Time tour guide. I teach 8th grade at Holland Middle School, and I love getting to participate in Tulip Time each year by giving tours to folks who have come from all over the Midwest and even all over the United States to visit Tulip Time, to visit Holland, and to see the tulips.
Hi, Jeff Minkus. How did you start working for Tulip Time?
I didn't grow up in Holland. I grew up outside Chicago, and I came to Holland to attend Hope College. And after I graduated, I slowly started to get more and more connected and into Tulip Time. First by going to the parades, but then by eating the food, by being downtown, being with all the people. My wife started to Dutch dance, and so in 2022, I had a friend who organizes all the tour guides for Holland. And after COVID, they were looking for ways to bring people, to help people participate in Tulip Time. And traditionally, they had only done tours on buses when people would come into town on buses. And so 2021, they started doing some walking tours for people. And when those were a huge success in 2022, they expanded it big time.
How did Tulip Time originate?
Tulip Time, how did Tulip Time originate? So in 1927, Lida Rogers was a Holland High School biology teacher who gave a speech at the Women's Literary Club saying that we should make Holland more beautiful. So she had been to Europe, she had seen many of the flowers and the ways that towns had worked to bring, to cultivate beauty in their communities, and she thought Holland should do that as well. And she proposed planting tulips to honor Holland's Dutch tradition and Dutch heritage. So in 1928, in fall of 1928, the city of Holland kind of went all in on that idea and planted 250,000 tulip bulbs that came up in the spring of 1929, where Holland celebrated their first Tulip Day. There were costumes and dancing and celebrating the Dutch heritage of the town.
Do you see Tulip Time becoming less known as Dutch culture becomes less popular?
I see it continuing to grow as folks look to be connected to their community and connected to the beauty of the tulips and beauty of their town, and to travel and experience. I think that's an important part of Tulip Time, and the Dutch heritage will always be an important part of Holland's identity. And those are stories that we have to tell and that we tell on our walking tour. At the same time, as Holland continues to become more diverse, it's important to tell the stories of other communities in Holland. I think about the Holland Museum had a great, about a year and a half ago, a great exhibition on the Hispanic community in Holland and the history of folks of Latino descent who live in Holland from Latin America and the history of that community here. And so it's important that I don't think it's the Dutch knowledge is becoming less known, but I think there's just other stories that need to be told as well. And so telling all these stories together that make up the tapestry and the beauty and the diversity that Holland is today.